All right, here we go. Welcome back to Beckles and Recher on this fine Wednesday afternoon. If you live in the Tampa Bay area and you're a sports fan, we're all rejoicing here. Maybe you have to turn to some other football that gets you excited. I don't know what else other football that would be, but I'm just saying, right now, Buccaneer football doesn't make me feel good to watch it.
You are suited and booted when it comes to Indiana right now.
I'm ready to rock.
You guys should see his socks. They're black and red as well.
I'm ready to go, man.
They got to go.
It's not a coincidence.
I just saw some news that your guy Brian Cox just got fired by the Giants.
Did he really?
I didn't even know he was the defensive line coach of the Giants.
I did not know that
They said he got mad because they changed his
well, Brian Cox has we'll say he's a little bit of a temper. A little bit, yeah. I did fight him twice in the league.
Two times.
My only two fights ever.
Good news, though. We just found out that the Bucs have activated Jalen McMillan and Mike Evans.
It is good
Off
news.
of injured reserve, Beck.
Well, that's the only way you get better. That's the only way you get better, by bringing in football players, okay? If you think you can go get good football players off the street to make it better right now, it's probably not going to happen. So you got to figure out a way to get better in-house. And the only way for the Bucs to get better in-house is to get some players back.
This has been rough. I mean, just watching this team. I was over here last half, 3 quarters, watching them play. I don't know if I'm more perturbed because of the outcome or just watching them on the sideline. Just watch them on the sideline. They look like they were the only team playing in the. They look so uninterested, and you're letting a third-string right tackle and a rookie quarterback on a 2-10 team come into your house and punk you. How does that happen?
How it happens is you can say we're not prepared. You can say the coaching's not good enough. You can say the personnel's not good enough. You can say they're not inspired enough. It's a little of all of it.
Right.
Okay, because we can look on the sidelines. I've never seen anybody on the sidelines look good while they're losing, okay? Especially to the Saints in your house. It's going to be hard to look good on the sidelines. So, for me, that almost falls into, looking at Todd Bowles with his arm crossed, and when they're winning, it's fine, and when they're losing, then they don't like his attitude. To me, I never want to comment on what's happening on the sideline, win or lose, because it shouldn't matter. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't matter because everybody acts the same way, win or lose. They really do. The assholes are acting like assholes, and these guys are acting, but everybody acts the same way. You either win or lose. It doesn't matter. So, to me, I don't know if this is that deep, okay? The reason why the Bucs are losing football games is because they're not that talented right now. Okay. It's not that deep. If I ask you right now, who is overachieving as a Buccaneer right now, in the last 4 games, who has overachieved? Nobody. Not one player.
But
not
you
one
say
player.
Talent right now. Shouldn't talent be something that's how does it change that much?
Well, I mean, the talent has changed when you talk about not having Tristan Wirfs in, okay, and not having Bredesen in, and not having Cody Mauch in, and not having your defensive tackle in, and that's a lot now. And not having your starting receivers in. I mean, Mike Evans. Okay, they brought in JPP. Okay, and listen, I'll be honest with you. Just be honest with you. And I know you're a Giants fan. I love JPP as a Buccaneer, okay? I thought he was a big reason why they won the Super Bowl last time. I don't think we should spend too much time on that.
You want to get into that right now?
I mean, we can, but
No. Not how he can impact that. I'm more concerned about what it means rather than his impact.
Well,
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I don't know if you saw this. Yesterday, Larry Foote, one of the defensive coaches, comes out and says, I got to pull it up, man, because this is the kind of thing that when I hear this kind of stuff from you, this is when you tell me, Jay, this is not something that you want to hear. So forget it. He said, we didn't bring him in just for our outside linebackers. We brought him in because of the intangible, for more juice and for more energy.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Right?
Yes,
here's
that's a
the
fact.
thing.
Yes.
What does that say about Vita Vea? What does that say about Levante David? What does that say about Antoine? What does that say about Yaya Diaby? You've always told me that. You're like, if you got to go on the outside, you can only lead from the front. This is something that you've always told me. So if you're calling a guy in that is not going to play and you're expecting him to make a difference because you don't have juice, you don't have energy, and you don't have intangibles on your defense. That is not a good sign about any of those 4 players I just mentioned. That is not a good sign for any of your coaches. That's not a good sign for Todd Bowles, nor is it Jason Light. So I don't even want to get to the point of what Jason Pierre-Paul can do on the field. I think that's a useless conversation. I think that's where you were going.
That's where I was going.
But what I'm saying is when I hear Larry Foote say that, Beck, that's scary. That's scary to me because it's, you know what you're telling me? You're telling me you're not getting that from Vita, who's played in pretty much every game. You're not getting that from Antoine Winfield Jr. and Levante David. For all the injuries we talk about, those are your 3 leaders on defense, and those guys have been relatively healthy this year. And you're telling me that you're not getting energy, juice, and intangibles from those 3 guys that are all Super Bowl champions? That's a problem.
I don't disagree with anything you just said. But I'm going to go back to talk about what I talk about every single week. If you think that JPP is going to be the reason why the Bucs take a step forward, you're out of your rabbit-ass mind. Because what do I say? Leadership is shown on Monday on film. And this is what's going to happen. They play Thursday. If they watch the film Friday, JPP's not going to be on that film acting a fool. He's not. He's not. If he plays at all, he'll play 10 plays. He might make a play. He's not going to be the reason. And let me reiterate what you just said. If you need an old bastard off the couch to get everybody hyped up, you got the wrong guys. You got the wrong guys. If these guys need a pep talk during a playoff run, you got the wrong guys. Pep talks don't help you rush the passer. Pep talks don't help you get in the right coverage. None of that stuff. So as much as I like JPP as a player, I like his attitude. I think the locker room needs players like JPP. I think Brian Cox, we brought up Brian Cox. I think he's one of those guys. But the Bucs needed him in that locker room before the season started. And they also needed him to be a lot younger. And also somebody who on Monday, that film, shows him doing stuff. And I don't know if JPP is that guy. And when they signed him, I went like this, look. Don't dislike it. Don't like it. Just sad that it's come to this, to be honest with you.
I don't like it for this. I don't like it, and I don't like it has nothing to do with him.
I agreed.
Me not liking this has nothing to do with JPP. Because if Larry Foote comes out here and says, oh, he's helping out my entire defense, what does that say about your coaching staff? What does that say about your players?
Yeah.
What does that say about your head coach? Heck, it's not good, man. I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. I don't, because it's not good. It is not good. It tells me that your guys aren't ready. It tells me that they're not focused. How do you feel confident going into a game on Thursday night? People saying, oh, yeah, Thursday, blah, blah, going against the Falcons, the lowly Falcons. The Bucs are the lowly ones.
Yes, they are.
The Bucs are the lowly ones.
Yes.
I want to read, and I want to get your opinion. I'm excited about him being back. This is what run game quarter and outside linebackers coach Larry Foote had to say. I'm excited about JPP being back, my all-time favorite player. Here we go. I think we're looking for some juice, looking for some energy. Wasn't necessarily about what my guys were doing. Those guys are trending. They're playing well. He's been on the internet looking good, working out, and he's been making a couple phone calls. So we gave him a workout the other day, and he looked good. First off, your guys do not look good. They are not trending. They are not playing well. Because if your guys were trending and playing well, you wouldn't go get a guy off his couch that didn't play last year. And kudos to Larry Foote for getting up there and speaking, but this is what you get paid to do. But I just feel like one of the things that we loved about the Bucs is that they were very transparent, open, and honest, and we believed the things that they were saying the first half of the year. And now the last couple of weeks, it's like, this sounds like the Byron Leftwich stuff. This sounds like stuff we were listening to Dirk Cutter and Lovie Smith when you're like, when you walk out of the press conference and you go, I know we're not supposed to care, and we know that they're not going to throw guys under the bus, but Beck, like, don't tell me that you're playing well when you're not. Byron Leftwich arguing with media members saying they're running the ball when they're 32nd running. Mm-hmm. You could have different opinions all you want, but sometimes the facts are the facts. And right now, when you're telling me that your guys are trending and you're playing well, if that was the case, you wouldn't have called JPP up and said, hey, come save us. And if it's not for on-the-field stuff, which could he be better than some of these guys? I don't know. But the fact that you're bringing him in and lauding him for his off-the-field stuff, I think what you're not saying is that the guys that are there right now are not doing the job, and that's sad.
I don't know if they speak the same to their players as they do to the press.
I don't think they ever do.
But Jay, can I tell you something? Some do.
Okay.
Some do. Bill Parcells does. Bill Belichick does for the most part. I mean, he's going to say, like, this guy's not playing well. This guy's not doing well enough. This guy didn't, like, to me, I despise the way that sounds.
Hate it.
I despise
Hate
all.
it.
You know what? You know what you're basically saying? No, we're fine. Don't worry about what this means. It's nothing. They didn't tell their players that. I promise you that. I promise you. And you're going to look me and you, Jay, in your face and tell us that the outside linebacker room is playing well? Well, then you're the wrong guy then. Larry Foote, you're the wrong guy if you think that is playing well. If really, seriously. I mean, there's players out there, single players that have made more plays, twice the amount of plays as our whole room is made, okay? Combined. So I don't want to hear about that crap. This is CYA, but the wrong way to me. This is just almost covering the ass of the coaches, and I don't like to look at that.
I think it's covering the ass of everybody right now, to
You
be
might
honest
be
with you,
right.
Beck, because you brought this up on Monday, and I had a whole segment on my program yesterday. What if the Bucs lose to the Falcons?
It's real, man. It's a real thing, though, right now. It's real.
What if the Bucs lose tomorrow night to the Falcons?
I mean, first of all, there's going to be banners outside, fire bowls, okay? And when Jameis threw his last interception, I just kind of went like, I put my hands up. I went, well, that's enough. I can't do it anymore. If you lose to the Falcons, I'll do the same. Whatever happens now, you got to take it. Because you're right. Because if they lose to the Falcons 6 weeks after being the best team in all football, after losing to the Saints at home, then it's just not right. And something will be wrong, okay?
Well, something has to change.
Something is wrong, something is off, and it's not going to change unless something drastic happens.
What would that be?
There's
only
two things can happen: GM or coach.
I don't think it'll be the
No, it's not going to be the GM. There's nothing else that can happen. GM, coach, quarterback. That's it.
In the season or after season?
Nah, they won't do it during the season in respect to Todd Bowles. I don't think it should happen. I don't think it helps during the season. And let me say this, okay?
Yeah, what do you have to say about that? Because as far as lame duck situations, I don't think it's better at him getting up there for 3 straight weeks and. You know what I'm saying?
No,
up there 3 straight weeks asking questions about his job security.
No,
I don't know if that's good either.
I agreed. And listen, I don't know how the speak happening behind closed doors, and I know there's a respect thing. If it gets to a point of inevitability, they'll come up with a situation, and that'll be better for everybody else. But I want to say this because this is something that gets thrown around a lot at this time of the year. I mean, a lot. I hear it everywhere, every year. Every sport just about, okay? Let's stop saying this. Okay? He's losing the locker room. Let's just get it out of your vernacular. I'm being serious about that. How the F are you going to know somebody's losing the locker room when you're not in the locker room? I'm being serious about that.
You're right.
He's losing the locker room. He's losing the locker room from what you see on the sideline of a team who's losing. That's idiotic, okay?
You expect people to be happy when
that's what I'm saying. And what's going to happen if you're on the sideline, everybody's smiling and happy? They don't care. When you're losing, you can't win. Please stop saying he's losing the locker room. Todd Bowles is not losing the locker room. It'll get to a point where a locker room looks around and goes, we're not that good. I don't know if we're not there yet. That doesn't mean you're losing the locker room. That means reality's setting in. Losing the locker room means you don't have respect from your players, and I haven't heard that from one player yet under Todd Bowles, not one.
And I don't think you will.
Probably not.
Even if he loses his job.
Probably not.
I don't think you will. Just not going to.
Nope.
But my thing is that, what is the message you're sending to your team by bringing in JP? All right, we talk about what we think about it, what it tells us about the team. What do you think that message is to the team? that you're hoping that this guy can help you on the field, off the field. So not only are you telling Chris Braswell and Yaya Diaby you're not doing good enough, Hassan Reddick's not doing good. You're also saying that to Vita Vea and Antoine Winfield Jr. So isn't it your job as a coach to put your players in a position to succeed? Like, how much of that is on the coach and the coaches and on the players? Is it really hard to tell? I mean, it's kind of everybody, isn't it?
Well, I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if the coaches even talked about this to the players. Because the coaches don't address every single situation.
Not even something like this.
I mean,
is,
they might.
I understand what you're saying about other things, but this is something that is like, this is a big name.
Understandable.
This is a big guy.
Yes.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
Yes.
Like, I find it very hard to believe that you bring a guy like Jason Pierre-Ball back and don't talk to Levante David, or you don't talk to Vita Vea, or you don't talk to Antoine. Not saying if you're asking for permission.
Yes.
Right? But just like at least giving them some kind of heads up.
That's not really what I was saying. What I was really saying was, he might have went to Vita Vea and said, "Hey Vita, we're bringing back JPP."
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
they did that.
Okay,
but I don't know if they talked to the whole team and said, "This is why we're bringing back JPP."
Right. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because you know why?
They don't do that.
They know.
Yeah,
they know. You're gonna bring somebody who hasn't played for 4 years or how many? I don't know how long it's been off the couch. Okay, and when the players that are here now who have played with JPP speak on him, they're going to speak on what the Buccaneers are missing. Whatever they say JPP was, that's what the Buccaneers are missing on our defense, toughness.
Because you always told me, too, because, being in the locker room with both of those guys, him and Gerald McCoy, you said you were very staunch in, like, hey, he is going to make a big difference inside the locker room. You've been on that since once.
He did, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He did.
It was a different animal, but it wasn't just him. It was Ndamukong Suh. Like,
sure.
It was a different locker room with those guys in there than right now.
Well, JPP never said I was a leader, but you heard stories of him being a leader. Sue never said I was a leader, but you heard stories of him being the leader. Whoever the inevitable leader is, their defense is going to have their mentality. Always. That's the way it is, okay? And there's more than one leader out there, and there's a hierarchy of leaders. If you talk about the hierarchy of leader of the Buccaneers in the late 90s and early 2000s, you talk about Sapp, Brooks, Lynch, Barber, and our defense and our team had a little bit of all of them in it, okay? And you needed a little bit of all of it in it. Brooks and Sapp are not nearly the same. Lynch is not nearly the same. I never played with Barber. He's a different animal. But you need a little bit of all of it. That's why JPP is a piece. Antoine Winfield Jr. is a piece. Vita Vea is a piece. But those other two don't have what JPP has. And we don't have that piece anymore. And I think they realize they missed that, no doubt. Basically, what they did is they just brought another coach in. They brought another voice in the locker room that they know they can. I don't know if an outsider could have been this guy. If you say Calais Campbell, I'm not sure Calais Campbell could be this guy. I think it has to be somebody who's already respected in that locker room from the guys in there.
It's JPP or Sue.
Correct.
Those two guys.
Correct. I think that it would have to be that.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get back to what we were, and what we were was led by those two guys.
So shout out to everybody that's watching us on the chat. Over 30 people watching.
Yeah,
right now. So high so far. Appreciate that. Steinbauer Sports says, I'm about to go off on Mayfield, injury or not, he ain't good. I don't hear many people in the media really taking Baker Mayfield to task. We're starting to hear from some of the fans now, too, because I said to you the other day, only one game in his last 6 that he's thrown for over 200 yards. And there's no way the Buccaneers are going to be able to compete for a playoff spot over these next 4 games if he doesn't find a way. And yes, I understand injuries are a part of it, but just singularly, and I know it's a team sport, and you always tell me it takes everybody. But there are some of these plays, some of these throws. He has time in the pocket, and he's missing throws. Granted, Emeka Egbuka dropped his, Godwin dropped his, but Baker's not as crisp as he was earlier on in the year. How would you assess his play, and how important is it for him to be able to kind of right the ship and find that MVP form if the Buccaneers are going to try to secure that NFC South Division spot?
Well, early in the season when everybody was chanting MVP, I remember saying, well, it doesn't matter if you like Baker or not. He's playing well. It doesn't matter because there's some people, Colin Cowherd and people like that, never liked Baker Mayfield. He's changed his stance still since. But, it's one of those things where whether you like Baker Mayfield or not, you look at him in the first bit of the season, you go, well, he's playing well, period. He's really playing his ass off. In the last 6 weeks, whether you like Baker Mayfield or not, he's not playing well. Statistically, numbers, accuracy, results, anything. There's got to be something. Like Caleb Williams, is his statistics great? No. But when you watch it, there's something there.
Yep.
There's something there.
Making the right plays at the right time.
Baker had it at the beginning of the season.
Yep.
Then he lost it.
Mm-hmm.
You can regain it, but he ain't got it right now. So if you're a Baker Mayfield fan, that's fine. But right now, Baker Mayfield is not playing winning football. No way. Because he set the standard high. If Baker Mayfield would have come into on the Buccaneers and played like this from Jump Street, I'd be like, okay.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense. He got cut here. Baker Mayfield set that standard way, 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 way high. And now we've seen it. But the last 4, 5, 6 games, brother, it has not been good. Don't care what jersey it is, what number it is. That QB has not been playing well the last little while.
They need him, and now there's going to be no excuses, right? Because it looks like everybody's going to be back. The only people that are going to be out for the game that we know for sure tomorrow night is Servase Dennis. So if he goes out there tomorrow night and doesn't put forth a good performance, when you have Wirfs, Barton, Gedeke.
Is Wirfs back for sure?
It looks like we're trending in that direction. But for the first time, you'll have your full complement of receivers, right? Where's the excuse? There is none. You're going against a team that's got 4 wins at home, Thursday Night Football. I want to see urgency from the Bucs back. Am I going too far by saying I'm not seeing that? Because I look at last night what the Lightning did. The Lightning are in the middle of a fort. I don't know if you knew this. Lightning last night went into Montreal. Second night of a back-to-back. They lost in Toronto the night before. Mm-hmm. They travel overnight. It's a pain in the ass to get from Toronto to Montreal. 4-game losing streak. Second night of a back-to-back. Vasilevsky's hurt. McDonough's hurt. Chernak's hurt. Hedman gets hurt in the first period. They win the game 6-1. Mm-hmm. And Montreal's been playing really well this season. And John Cooper says urgency. I needed to see guys that I don't see that urgency from the Buccaneers. Are you seeing that type of thing? I know it's easy to question that when you're losing, but I didn't like the way they looked. It's one thing when you get your head bashed in like you did against the Rams, but that game against the Saints, it didn't seem like it was. We kept saying it, third down, third string right tackle. Come on, Yaya. Come on. Vita Vea only making one play. I don't like questioning effort because I think it's a lazy thing to do, but they're bringing in JPP because they don't have juice. Yeah. So it's not us saying, do they have juice? They're telling us that they don't by bringing in a guy off the couch.
Once again, I think some of it is result-based, some of it.
Right.
The Lightning, maybe more so than any team I've ever watched in sports history, are able to hit a switch. Because since Coach Cooper's gotten there, anytime anybody's questioned anything, a switch is hit and they become the best, like immediately. I think football's a little bit different than hockey in so many ways because, once again, results-wise, if you go to Montreal and you give up a fluky goal in the first period, the results may be different, Football is so different because it could be one dude in there whooping one dude and disrupting the whole game. So it's just hockey and football hockey is so much energy, and there's energy in football, but two guys can erase all the energy in football, it seems like, okay, by a couple plays here and there. And here's another thing with hockey. And there's it's going to change a little bit, but your game doesn't change that much if you're down 2-0 or if it's 0-0. You see what I'm saying? You can only be so aggressive. Football, if you're down 14-0 or 0-0, it's a completely different game, completely different game plan, and some teams aren't suited for that. And this Lightning team, I don't know what they're not suited for. I don't know what they're not suited for. And There's a lot of dudes in that locker room that have been champs. And it seems like they fall back on it. When they have to, they always fall back on it.
Yeah, and I think, that's part of the disturbing thing when it comes to the Buccaneers is that you have to go outside to bring a guy back in, to be able to find that when you do have some of those guys already on your team.
And their champs that they have in the locker room, they're not playing great. They're not playing great. They're just not.
JPP is not the only old head coming back. Phillip Rivers. What do you make of that one? That, you want to talk about desperation. I don't know if I can blame them because they got so screwed. Richardson hurt. Danny Dimes out for the year. Riley Leonard hurt. I mean, what were they supposed to do?
First of all, like Phillip Rivers as a football player, okay? Don't. I'm just telling him, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that.
He's in trouble,
You
man.
don't do that. Phillip Rivers is Tom Brady at the end of his career, but he has less of everything that Tom has. He has less knowledge, less arms. He had less everything.
Less arm strength.
Less, even has less
What do you do,
mobility.
though?
Even less mobility.
What do you do, though? Like, the trade deadline's passed. You're in a position to make the playoffs. So you kind of you can't just sign any, right? Like, I think they had no other choice. What were they going to do?
There's always another choice,
No, but
I don't know.
At that time, you can't sign another quarterback in that's never been an NFL quarterback on a team that's in the playoffs.
I'll be honest with you, Jay. I don't know if you don't have a as good or better chance at winning a Super Bowl with Jacoby Brissett than Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, but you can't get Jacoby Brissett.
I know, but there's somebody like Jacoby Brissett.
There's
somewhere.
not, though.
It's
That's
gotta
the
be.
thing.
It's gotta be.
We talk about how poor the quarterback play is.
Where's his Johnson?
Josh Johnson?
Yeah.
He's on a team.
Damn it.
That's what I'm saying. All those
They can go get Josh Johnson.
All those
They can go
guys
get him.
are all on teams. That's why there's no Joe Flacco. There's no Jameis Winston.
What about Teddy Bridgewater? He's on anybody's team. Seriously.
That's the thing. There's none of those guys are around. Even Kyle Trask is on the Falcons.
Oh, man.
Bro, that's the crazy thing. Because I was like, come on, bro. There's got to be somebody else out there. I start looking up names. They're all on teams. This is really all they had.
I saw Vinny Testaverde with John Gruden the other day.
Yeah, what is up with that?
I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know you were not happy.
I don't like it.
He says, I don't want to do media, and he's out there.
Yeah, I know. Like, come on, Vinny. I'm your boy, though. Come on, man.
He's out there doing snap counts. With
Yeah, he's going to come out and do something. Vinny's doing something. He's always around money. He got money doing something. I would hang out with him. Vinny's always around money. I'm just telling you.
Money guy?
He's a money guy from Jump Street. Gruden,
Your guy.
eh.
Gruden could play quarterback for the Colts.
I might come back myself.
No doubt about it. All right, so what else we talked about, or we were going to think our guy Chris here, Big Kansas City.
Yeah.
You and I spoke about this a couple of months ago, and I brought up I feel like this is kind of the end of chapter 2 of the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. Chapter 1 was the Tyreek Hill years. Chapter 2, I think, ends with Travis Kelce and that whole thing.
Yep.
They're in the funk right now where it's like, you're not going to win the division. You might not even make the playoffs. Do you think we're at the end of of this run right now of Mahomes? Because it seems like they have to kind of reinvent themselves a little bit, because you're looking at the other teams in the division with the Broncos and the Chargers. They're coming, and they got young quarterbacks. They got coaches that want to beat them. So they can't just win with the same old tried and true formula that worked in the past. Kelsey's not getting any younger, and I think Mahomes has to kind of find his next level.
Well, I mean, you said the next chapter of Mahomes. I'm going to say it's the next chapter of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Mahomes is playing any less. I mean, once again, the results are not the same. Mahomes is still doing funky stuff, but there's not a lot of funky stuff happening on the other side, though. I'm watching Kelsey drop balls all over the damn place, not looking special. Chris Jones at times looks like he doesn't really give a crap. He just spent all his money. And that wasn't the case when they were winning, okay? They're not running the ball the same. Their offensive line's not the same. They're getting penalties all over the place. It's not rocket science. And now you're watching Mahomes do spectacular things and throw it off his back foot, and then there's no spectacular stuff happening, the ball being caught. So, once again, Mahomes isn't playing like he has been, but I don't know if he's playing 30% worse than he was. I just think his supporting cast isn't that great. And listen, people are going to start questioning Andy Reid. Oh, my God. People love to question somebody when they don't have success. They'll be the best at something. And once you fail, a year later, you're not good anymore. Think about that. Isn't that weird? What else in the world can you do that?
It's funny where the Chiefs and the Eagles are right now compared to last year.
Stink. Eagles don't even look right at all.
They don't even look like they're having fun out there. They don't even look like they're having fun out there.
Let me tell you something about Eagles. They don't look like they're having fun when they're winning.
I know.
They don't look like they like each other.
I think they're the only team to have a team meeting. I think they were 10-1 the other couple of years ago. They had a team meeting. I was like, what the fuck? Team meeting at 10-1?
Yeah, that'd be
Andy Reid. I want to ask you about him. You think he hangs it up after this year?
I think only Andy Reid can answer
Right.
that. I don't. If he wants to, he could probably coach as long as he wants. Probably.
No, I know, but I mean,
yeah.
You have to
he got to get out of. You got to get it out of your system, dude.
That's what I'm saying. 67.
Yeah, it's not an age thing. Mm-hmm. If it's not out of your system, what is he gonna do? You know, he probably has no hobbies.
Eating.
Well, once again, he'll probably blow the hell up if he stops. Okay, so he needs to. I bet his wife wants him to stay in football. Yeah, she wants him to stay in football. She don't want him to get all fat and just laying in the backyard.
Get all fat?
He'll get all fat. He'll get all kind of fat.
What you talking about? Get all fat.
No, he lost a lot of weight, dog. Andy Reid, he looks good.
He looks goodish.
He looks good, though. You remember back in the day when he was wearing that red?
He is goodish.
He was spread out all wide as all outside.
Oh,
he looks good. It looks like he lost 120 pounds.
So my guy, Mike Evans, has 140 yards. He just needs 860 more for 1,000.
Well, stop counting.
So all he needs is 215 each game, Ian.
Stop counting.
215. You think he gets 215?
Stop counting.
Right? 215.
Stop counting.
How much do you love Notre Dame?
I don't have any love. Why would I have love for Notre Dame?
I ask. That brand, they think they are who they are. And now
they think they are who they are.
Right.
Interesting quote.
Well, you heard about the whole thing that they feel like ACC and ESPN, everybody conspired to get them out of the college football playoff because all everybody kept saying the last 3 weeks is that Miami beat them. And then eventually in the final college football
playoff. Is that factual?
Yeah.
But that's factual.
I know, but the fact is that they were above Miami in the rankings until the last one. So they're saying that everybody was, building up and nothing changed over the last 3 weeks other than Miami. Like, it's not like Miami won the ACC. They couldn't even play for the ACC championship. So Notre Dame, they do that, and then they take their bowl and they go home, and they don't even play in a bowl game. And you see Kansas State and Iowa State and a couple other teams. I don't like this. I don't like when teams opt out of bowl games. I think it's incredibly selfish.
It happens every year, though.
No. Teams,
every year.
Players more than teams.
No, there's teams that aren't playing. It's happening.
But not as much.
Not as big. Maybe not as big a teams as Notre Dame.
But the teams that pass on them are usually the teams that are around 500 or teams that go through coaching changes. Yeah. You're not talking about teams like this that are 11-2 and things like that. Yeah. Is that good? I don't think that's good.
I don't like any of it.
I don't like any of it.
I've never liked any of it. I don't like Notre Dame. I just know that I've been seeing this for a while. And listen, I hated way back when Chris McCaffrey didn't, there was Leonard Fournette didn't play in their bowl game. I hated that. And now it's a norm. Now I'm like, it's the way it is. I mean, you could complain about stuff, but it's just this. It's the way life. It's evolution. Sometimes you just got to go. It's the way it is. Life.
It's a $500,000 fine for teams like Kansas State and Iowa State.
That's no money. That's no money. None.
Well, what I'm saying is, do you think these conferences raise that price?
Do you think they're going to raise it?
Yeah, $5 million maybe.
They'll raise it for sure. For sure, they're going to raise it. Absolutely.
How do you get people
to? There's a CBA though. You just can't raise something.
There's no CBA. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a problem. Man.
That is, but that's the thing. Is like now you're going to get people that are, who is it? I forgot. One of the quarterbacks. He is going to challenge that he wants to play another year eligibility.
Pavia?
I don't know if it's Pavia. Might Diego Pavia.
It would make sense.
Who's going to say no?
Why wouldn't you? It's money.
No, but what I'm saying is now that these guys are quote unquote kind of independent contractors.
Yeah.
How can you lose that to the?
You almost can't.
Can't.
You almost can't. I mean, you take it to court.
What are they going to say?
If you take it to court, you can't stop them from playing. It's in court.
They're saying, there's a 4-year thing with all these different things with red shirts and medical red shirts. Like, we're going to get to a point until guys are going to be like, well, I played 4 years. I want to play another. Who's going to stop them?
The president ain't going nowhere, so.
What?
He's not going anywhere.
He's going to stay there?
Yes, sir.
Right there?
Right there.
Nah, he's leaving.
Nope.
Got to go.
Nope.
Gotta go. He's got other things to do. He wants to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame again.
We won't last 4 years of this.
No?
No.
Come on, I think he'll be fine.
No.
Why not? Mayfield is hurt, somebody's saying. Well, I wanted to talk to you about this, too, before we wrap things up. We're at this part of the season where everybody's injured. There's no excuse. There isn't an excuse for any of these guys and their performance to dip or for anybody to complain about that, right? I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be hurt, but when people are saying, oh, well, I feel bad for him because he's hurt. Everybody on the football field hurt at this time of the year?
Literally everybody.
Everybody.
Like, nobody from the Buccaneers is walking up to the front of the offensive meeting room and go, Baker's hurt. Doesn't matter. So if Baker's hurt, okay, we'll say his AC joint that he sprained. It's sprained. I've sprained mine before. Okay, I had to play. If he's hurt, how does that affect, and who does it affect, and why and how? Does it affect the left tackle? Do you have to block longer? If you're a receiver, do you have to run a route differently? That he's going to throw it differently. So it really doesn't affect anything. Now, it may affect the results because he can't tuck it and run in some situations, but that means everybody else has got to be tighter than ever before. So, somebody being hurt is not even a thing in the NFL. It's not a thing. And here's another thing that I hear in the media all the time and drives me nuts. Why is so-and-so playing today? Because they're healthy. That's the answer.
Healthy-ish.
That's because they can. This is what it's never happened in the NFL. Never one time. Not one time. Oh, so-and-so's healthy, coach, but we're going to sit him out today because we have so-and-so next week. And never happened. I'm telling you, it's never happened. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to save your player this week for next week. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. If your player's healthy this week, you better use him because he may get hurt next week in Wednesday in practice. Okay? So I hate when I hear people say, they're saving this guy or this guy could have played. Why is he playing at the end of the year? There's only 4 games left. You know why he's playing with 4 games left of the season? Because he needs 4 games of playing time to get better, and he's not good enough, period. Or he's a great player and a competitor, and you can't keep him off the field. One of those two.
What do you think we're going to see from Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan? What should fans expect?
What's hard for me is, and this NFL is different than the NFL I played in because we actually hit back in the day. Mm-hmm. So when I was with Tony Dungy or with Ray Perkins, at this time of the year, today is Wednesday, we had pads on and we hit. There's nobody in the NFL anywhere hitting today. Nobody in any situation, okay? So anybody tell me how Mike Evans and McMillan are going to get ready at this time of the year to take a hit? It's scary, isn't it?
It's impossible.
That's what I mean. Like, so McMillan, who has 3 broken bones in his neck, now is okay? How does he know he's okay? And how do you know to lower your head? Like, you're not going to have done it. Like, you didn't do it. Like, I'm applauding these guys for coming back, but to say how I think it's going to happen, boy, they don't know. Well, you don't know, because McMillan may go out there and he may see somebody bearing down on him, and he may chicken out.
Yeah, he may flinch up, alligator arm.
What happens in baseball when those guys get hit with a baseball?
Oh, yeah.
You ain't never the same, dog. You landed on the back of your neck and broke your neck. You think it's going to be easy to jump up in the air next time? Well, I mean, they're human, guys. Everybody, they're human beings. So I hope for the best. I just hope I hope they get out of the game.
Maybe
healthy.
the saving grace is that they'll be all together, so you won't have to rely on one guy. You know what I mean? Like, you can lean on Emeka a little bit, you can lean on Chris a little bit. You won't have to overexpose them early, but I mean, it'd be fun to see them out there all at the same time.
Timing would be nice because I've really not seen the Bucs' timing look good for a while.
But the running backs are healthy too, so I mean, that's one thing. Regardless of what everybody says about these wide receivers, again, Baker's Baker, and he executes better when they're running the football. He's going to make it, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but you want to mitigate some of the disaster of the offensive line of only having 3 starters, run the football. You want to take some of the heat off of Baker, run the football. You want to ease your wide receivers back in, you have 3 guys, run the freaking football. Who would you give the lion's share? What order would you put the running backs in? As far as the lion's share of the load.
Listen, Bucky's a guy, okay? Tucker, I keep on asking the question why, and nobody can answer the question.
Why not more?
Why not more? Mm-hmm. And I guess the answer has to be he's not complete. And I think Recher, to me, has been my favorite running back for quite a while because he's omnipresent. Bucky makes the offense look different, no doubt about that. But I just can't allow myself to get excited over a running back that leaves the game every game.
Yeah.
I mean, he grabbed his foot again. And I'm like, okay, this sounds good, but you can't expect it. And then Tucker's out there, and every time I see Tucker touch the ball, it looks like something. And then I'm thinking, man, why don't they give this guy the ball 20 times and just see what happens? You never know. I mean, he reminds me of Jacobs a little bit. He got a little, a little mean to him too. It's they don't give him the ball. I don't know. Maybe it's above me.
You think JPP suits up for the Bucs at all this year?
I hope not. It's not for him getting hurt or anything like that. It just means you don't have anybody better than him. And I think that's not. I don't know, man. I just can't. I don't know how good he could be.
Yeah, that last full year with the Ravens,
he wasn't good.
3 sacks in 14 games.
He wasn't good. I mean, you can't expect him to be better 3 years later. Long time, dog. Yeah. His body's gonna be hurting, dog. His body gonna be hurting.
That first day, you're like, oh, take me back.
Yikes. Cold top.
4817 Southwest Shore Boulevard right here at the Dignitary Cafe. Come and check them out. Best Cava and Kratom in town. Ian Beckles Show on Instagram and on YouTube. We are streaming live every Wednesday right here at 3 o'clock. Ian joins me on my podcast, the Recher Podcast, every Monday at 12:30. Last week of the year, next week. Heading to New York next Saturday for the 2 weeks for the holidays, so that should be fun. Ma Dukes and all them. Little nephew's getting into hockey now, so he's getting excited about that, which is good. Good stuff there. Yeah, Ian is streaming. You streaming today?
No. We're gonna get a different game plan with the streaming. My game's getting nice though. You
okay.
You want some? You don't want?
We played hockey one time. It was 9-1 before Ian quit. But it was after he beat me 35-0.
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
He beat me 35-0 in football, I think, and then we're like, let's play hockey. And then it was 9-1. It was like, I think we know where our strengths are.
I stopped at NHL 94. Jeremy Roenick, baby.
That's how we roll. Or again, at Ian Beckles Show, at Recher. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. See you next week on the Beckles and Recher Podcast.